Hi, so today I'm going to document about how to arrange our climate data set in the Excel. So you don't require any lot of software knowledge, and this is a very easy process because we have to work with our precipitations and temperature, relative humidity, and how well we can arrange it in the Excel and run an analysis. So it's a very basic thing. So I thought to document it so it might help the students who are eager to do trend analysis or research purpose. So this is the initial step. Uh, so I have given a link in the description where you can actually click onto it and check about how to access this power access data. So I'm just using NASA's power access data, which is free source. You can go to this site, you can open it into your browser. This kind of screen will be seen over there. So you can go, you can choose in the user community, it will be in the renewable sources. You can change it to argo-climatology. So with that you can select your data, and you can go for either monthly or you can go for yearly. Usually it's better to choose daily because you are flexible to run analysis in a better way. And for you can check whatever the region you want. For that you can go to Google and check the latitude and longitude, and you can just add it over here. I have used a location. It is near, it is in a place called Dindakal, so it is just going to take that latitude. So usually for climate studies we require at least 30 years data, but for now, for an example, I'm just taking a starting date of 1st of January 2000, and I'm ending the date with 31st December 2023. uh, Please forgive me, it's 2023. And the output will be in the format of CSV. You can use it in any other files, whatever the output file you require, and then you can download the data. So once when the data is downloaded, yeah, once when it is downloaded, you just these all the datas are not required because these are just some datas of our information that we have taken it. You can save them in terms when if you're converting it into a research article at that time or research paper, it can be helpful for you. I will just add it as extra, sorry, extra, and then I'm going to paste it over here so it would be just there. Yeah, so I can just delete this things. Fine. So here I would just write to add a study area for a particular location. So now you can see there is a year. We are having days. Then we are having our temperature, minimum temperature, maximum temperature, relative humidity. This is precipitation, winds direction, and wind speed. And this 2m is nothing but 2 meters, right? So we'll just check. I'll just click Control, Shift, and down. So it's still 24 January 1. So okay, we just require it till 2023 December. So again, shift up. Okay, now you can see this, we cannot use this data as it is. So I'm just going to copy and I'm going to write it as worksheet. So your worksheet should have the copy of the main data. Sorry. Um, okay, I just copy of your main data. So I'm going to just paste it over here. Okay. Now I would like to see this format in terms of year, date, and month or date, because the further analysis requires that. So I'm just going to insert two columns over here, which will be known as my date and month. Now, why do I need month? Because if you can see this data set, it's a date of year. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. And soon after 31, we have 32, 33, 34, and so. So we know January is 31, and then we cannot make out. And it's such a tedious task, right? So it's better that we use this formula. So we'll just go as DA by day, open the bracket and select the date of year, and just click over here, so it just goes down. So automatically after January it understands it's 1 2 3, and let's see, yeah, February. So it's done. Now similarly with the month, we have a formula called as month. We select this and we select the date of year, click enter, and then we need to drag it down or double click. So you can see it has been done, so it will be done till 2023. So now I would just want this to um, things to be pasted here. I'll paste it as values, and I need to delete it. So that's the reason I had told you to create a worksheet, so where you are altering the datas and everything, you require that. Okay, so I will just insert this over here. Now yes, our data has been the following format. Now I will just select the first cell over here as year, control shift side key, control shift down, so it's selecting the whole thing. Now there's something called as insert pivot table, so you can open this. So we already selected the table and range, and then it is asking where you want to choose. You can choose it in the existing sheet, or you can use it a new worksheet, or I better use it as a new worksheet, and I'll call it as data. Now this is in terms of this. Let us take it. So here you will have columns, you're having rows, you're having filters, you're having sum. So I don't need the sum of the year, I want rows of the year, so it looks like this, right? Next I also want the month. I need monthly averages, right? So I'll go with a month. Next is, this is the temperature. So over here, I want it to not be sum, because temperature will be calculated in average sum. So we go here. There's something called as value field setting. There's something you can choose whatever the calculation require. So I'm choosing average, and here you are having average. So there is something called as design. So I want to explain you other things, but then uh, the time won't be sufficient, so I'll just make you to have an extra sheet called as temperature, and temperature, and I'm going to paste those values over here. I'll paste this as values. So I'll just delete the above one, and yeah, so this is annual. Grand total is nothing but the overall year, so I'll just change it as annual temperature. Fine. And that's something it. And here you can write it as Jan. This is February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then we have December. So you are having your, just name it as year, sorry, year. Okay. uh, Here we are having our data sets now. Now another thing, always your data should not be more than two decimals. So here there's something called as decrease decimal points. Just click it, and then you are having your temperature. Right? Now we'll go to data. Here similarly we can go for our um, temperature, maximum temperature. So you'll have maximum temperature, but that also it will be in terms of average. Fine, it's in terms of average. So you can go and again prepare a new worksheet, um, sorry, and you can call it as maximum underscore temperature. And same way you can just copy the whole thing, and you can paste it as values. Okay, and the same thing can go in that way. Now we need to go for our precipitation. So Always precipitation will be in terms of sum. We have to calculate the sum of precipitation. So it would be the sum. We will not change it to average, right? So this is your sum of precipitations, and I'm going to again make something called as the rainfall. I'm sorry, it has to be written over here. So this is to be done for our understanding because it's a huge data set and we need to understand what and where do these things go. Yeah, and we need to give a proper labeling. So you can delete this, and I've already prepared over here. So we'll just copy this and we're going to paste it over here. So this will be annual rainfall. Okay, rainfall, right? And now, even for this, you can change it over here. Sorry, just select this and we're going to paste it over here. Don't require all these things. Fine. So this will be your annual maximum temperature. Fine. Now you are having a data set in this format. Now it is very easy for you to analyze your data. Now, if I want to check the monsoon months, so here for my basin area, the monsoon works in June, July. It works in June, July. So I'll just take June, comma July, comma August, and September. So these are my monsoon months, and I would June. I think June. It is G2. So, and this will be some of that, and the monsoon is around, so the whole monsoon will be seen. Now if you want to see the trend of your annual rainfall, so just you need to select this, next, control select this, and you can go for insert. You can go for recommended charts, so it will give you various options. Better we go with this, or bar chart is also fine, so you can have a clear distinction on when was the highest rainfall, so you can able to mark it. So I feel that in 2021, for this basin, it had the highest rainfall, and the least would be in 2017. You can just highlight in this way. Also you can check the monsoons. This works over here. Then again select monsoon over here. And then again go to insert, go for over this, and you can see over here. So I think this is fine. So monsoon months from 2000 to 2023. So this is for your rainfall. So similarly you can try it for the other things as well. You can compare and you can analyze. So this is very easy compared to individually arranging those things. So if you have any doubt, let me know. And yeah, it is very useful for understanding